and it is good. Jake Bates throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, bunched up. Tua to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone, left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield, spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Friday Night Football. And this is going to be a little bit of a unique stream. You can tell, typically for the UFL, I am wearing my XFL jersey that I got during XFL 2.0. Tonight I'm wearing my Panthers jersey. On top of calling this game between Memphis and San Antonio, a game to decide the first overall pick, I have both the Panthers Leafs game 6 on in the background and the Knicks Celtics game 6. We got 3 games we're going to be pretty much reacting to. 1 we're calling play-by-play, 2 we are going to be reacting to. And this stream does not end until all 3 games end, which hopefully will be around the same time. Who knows? We're gonna see. But yeah, typically we have a blue hue to the background. I said no to that tonight because I'm no way I want blue anywhere near, because I do not want to deal with Toronto, and no way we're letting Toronto into here. The only blue we're having is this New York Knicks Cup, because we're rooting for the Knicks as well tonight. But this should be an interesting one. Again, the main game at hand, Memphis San Antonio, is for the first overall pick. I'm not sure if they're doing it like how they did it last year, where the winner gets first overall pick. I think they only did that last year for Houston, Memphis, because that was the final game of the season. Pretty sure this is the game that both teams would want to lose to try and get the first overall pick. So we shall see. I think I'm 99% sure this is the first home game I am calling for San Antonio, as they have not had a lot of home games this season. But nonetheless, both teams taking the field. The Brahmas are wearing their road uniforms. the good old highlighter yellows for this one. Again, should be an interesting game between these two teams. Both teams, well, San Antonio was somewhat fighting for their playoff hopes, I believe, at this point. Maybe not. Who really knows? Because, oh no, never mind. Yeah, the 4 games back of DC St. Louis. I was thinking in relation to Arlington. Yeah, so both teams eliminated. This is purely for the first overall pick. I didn't even, yeah. But yeah, again, on top of this, Panthers Leafs are about to the puck's about to drop in that one. Tip off is like 10 minutes away between Knicks and Celtics because the NBA does not know how to start a game on time properly. Again, I'm saying that like this game hasn't started yet, but it's showing 8 o'clock and neither has the Panther game. But both games should start soon. Yeah, this should be an interesting one. I'm actually going to realize I need to move the location of this cup. Yeah, we're here. We're alive. This is going to be interesting. Joseph Wall is still in net for the Leafs. I'm nervous. We're gonna keep a main focus on Memphis, San Antonio to try and calm my nerves a little bit, but I am nervous for this Leafs Panthers game as well. We're gonna find out how this goes. That's all I know. As we're still waiting for kickoff in this one, as we're also still waiting for puck drop between Leafs Panthers and tip off between Knicks and Celtics. All 3 games are supposed to be started momentarily, and what's going to be a real interesting week 8 of the UFL season, as well as second round action between the Panthers and Leafs and Knicks Celtics. This should be good. This should be a good one. I'm not expecting this game to get like we talk a lot about about ratings and attendance in the UFL because it's an early starting league. Yeah, tonight's game is not gonna get a lot of good ratings. I mean, it's going against 2 really good game 6s, which again we're also gonna be keeping an eye on and watching throughout. Just waiting for one of these to start. At this point, come on, we're 5 minutes past 8. All 3 are at commercial break right now. Which one's starting first? Who knows? There's supposed to be like a red hue behind me, but this RGB lighting is not doing a good job right now. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. We shall see. We shall see. Troy Williams is listed as the starter for Memphis tonight, although they're going to go the tri-QB system in this. Kevin Hogan's listed as the starter for San Antonio. All 3 are active. I wouldn't be shocked if they also go a tri-QB system, but we'll see. All right, ESPN's coming out of commercial first. Or they actually is no way the NBA tips off first, right? By the way, Game 6, a lot of players' legacies are gonna be on the line tonight in both the NBA and NHL. Although it's hard to really say that for the NBA because of Tatum going down after Game 4, but it's still a massive game for the Celtics and Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis, plus the core that the Knicks got. Toronto's in a really tough spot. They were once up 2-0 in that series. Now Panthers are up 3-2. But their top 2 lines are going to need to show up today if they're going to win. So let's hope they don't. As Memphis is set to get a kickoff first in this one, that answers the question of which of these 3 games will start first. It's sure as hell was not going to be the NHL or NBA. As there's former NFL quarterback Brock Hard. I'm not sure I pronounced the last name, but sideline reporter Brock Hard there interviewing Kevin Hogan. He's making his 3rd start tonight at the professional level. And there's actually 2 former NFL quarterbacks on the broadcast team today. Sideline reporter Brock Hard and also Chase Daniel is the analyst for this broadcast. So he's making his UFL debut as well. How is Knicks Celtics not even close to tipping off yet? I don't get the NBA. And also, because of both the Panthers and Knicks games, I'm not going to be able to hear the broadcast unless I absolutely have to for certain things. Because for as much as I love football, Game 6 for the Panthers means more. But we're here, waiting for kickoff in this one. San Antonio is going to send this one down as week 8 of the UFL begins. Kickoff is underway and going to be returned beginning from inside the 5 at the 3. We're going to wait past the 20, past the 25, and eventually brought down near the 30. That is Deneric Prince on the return, and there is a penalty marker down as well. And that will be holding on Memphis, so push them back before the start of this one. How is there still 5 minutes until the Celtics and Knicks tip off? I don't get it. As Troy Williams takes the field for the Showboats, he's getting the start tonight. He's had 3 games this season and has done pretty mediocre job throughout. So this should be an interesting one. Again, Memphis is looking more so towards next season at this point, trying to see if either of the 3 quarterbacks they have on their roster can be the guy for next season, or at least to start next season. We shall see. Williams in shotgun, back to his right, and a back lined up behind him. Actually, the tight end lined up to his right. As Williams will play action, look to throw. Pressure coming, going to step up, breaks 1 sack. Throwing deep over the middle is well underthrown, incomplete by about 10 yards, but he had a guy wide open over the middle that he missed. All right, so 2nd and 10. Williams and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Going to hand this off up the middle. Has some room. And that's a gain of 6 up to the 25 for Deneric Prince. Wes Hills is inactive today in this one, which is going to hurt this Memphis offense a little bit. He has been a great power back for them this season. As we are 30 seconds out from puck drop for the Panthers and Maple Leafs. As it's 3rd and 4 here for the Showboats. Williams alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the 25, looking for the 29. As there's movement up front before the snap, going to be a false start and called on K. Loxley, I believe. He was lined up out wide to the left. He moved well before the snap happened. So it was a 3rd and 9. Williams in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball now on the 20-yard line looking to throw. Pressure coming, going to get sacked back at the 13-yard line. Pressure up the middle. That is Isaiah Buggs with the sack. Recently signed by San Antonio a few weeks ago to fill in the need on defensive line. He makes a play early in this one, and that's a 3 and out for the Showboats. All right, so Memphis is going to send this one down as puck drop has happened between the Leafs and Panthers. Punt comes off clean. Going to be taking some good Memphis bounces inside the 20 and finally picked up near the 18 and going to be brought down near the 21. Puck is in the Leafs zone. Panthers trying to get some good pressure here in the forecheck. As Kevin Hogan's taking the field, we're going to try to do coverage on 3 games tonight. All right, puck's back in the Leaf zone already. And that's going to be sent down for an icing called on the Leafs. Kevin Hogan in shotgun, 12:20 to play in this first quarter. Hogan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to hand this off left side, and good blocking is going to allow a gain of 4 for Jay-Sean Corbin. Jay-Sean Corbin coming off of a great week the week prior against DC, and a 109-yard rushing game for him. Looking to expand on that this week, as everyone on both of these teams are basically playing for their football careers at this point. Boquist is still on Florida's top line. I don't love it, but good save by Bob, and that stays in. Hogan in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball in the 25 for a 2nd and 6. We'll look to throw a quick pass right side. Can have some room for Corbin. That's going to be 5, maybe 6 yards on the play. Things will be 3rd and inches at the very least. There's Verhage going the other way. Gets it inside and then chips it deep. Puck battle along the wall is going to be won by the Cats. And now puck right being back against the wall. Okay. It's Kachuk and Bennett trying to fighting against Max Domi. 3rd and 1 for the Brahmas. Hogan in shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. And the Leafs get a clear there. 3rd and 1. Going to hand this off the left side. And that's going to be a first down carry for the Brahmas. A gain of 3. And that is Jay-Sean Corbin once again on the carry. Florida's doing a great job getting the puck inside the Leafs end, but can't do much with it from there. Leafs are the only team with a shot on goal so far, as we're just over 2 minutes in the game 6 there. As finally the Knicks and Celtics tip off. Jeez. 10:41 to play between the Brahmas and Showboats. It is 1st and 10. Ball on the 33. Hogan in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Play clock winding down. Gonna get the snap off as Hogan looks to throw. Quick pass left side that's caught him with some room to run. Going to be a gain of all that 7-ish, maybe 6 there. As that was Alize Mack on the reception. First time I'm calling his name this year. By him being a pretty big factor in the San Antonio Brahmas last year, and was expected to be the guy to replace Cody Latimer. Yeah, now that both Knicks, Celtics, and Leafs, Panthers have started, I probably won't be focusing too much on play-by-plays for those, instead of just like reactions when shit happens. Hogan in shotgun back behind him, 2 receiving options. 2 receiving options to each side. Can hand this off left side on 2nd and 3, and that is a loss of 2. You have Jalen Allen a tackle for loss. It was Jay-Sean Corbin on the carry. Now a 3rd and 5 for the Brahmas. Yeah, the Panthers are doing a good job just making sure the puck stays out of their own zone. All that offsides, okay. Hogan in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Ball in 38. Looking to throw on 3rd and 5. Has time. Pass right side. Picked off. Picked off and going the other way. The 20, 15, 10, 5. And the Showboats are on the board first. Cameron Datzler on the pick 6. And what a way to get this game started for Memphis. 9:18 to play in the first. It's a pick 6 on the opening drive for San Antonio. Hello, I am doing good. A little stressed out because the Panther game has also started, and we're going for about 4 minutes now. But I'm chilling because also the Knicks are playing and the UFL is here and alive. Pick 6 on the opening defensive series for Memphis. That's how you start things out. Gonna go for the 2-point try from the 5. It's Troy Williams in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. We'll look to throw here. Pass over the middle, end zone, and that's caught for the conversion attempt. Jonathan Adams over the middle of the field. It's an 8-0 Showboats lead early on in this one. Come on, Chucky. Okay, Chuck gets it in the zone. Yeah, pick 6 is a great way to start. That's a good save by Wall. Yeah, Jonathan Adams gets the 2 feet in needed. 9:18 to play. We are heading to a commercial break.
Yeah, I had a nice little trip last week. We're back for pretty much the rest of the season. Gonna try to go live as many games as I can. Obviously tomorrow you have the regional broadcast, which is gonna hold my hands tied for a bit on which one I will be able to call. But both games should be solid nonetheless, so I'm not too worried. Unlike last year when the regional games happened and one of them was like Houston and DC last year, and wasn't that great of a matchup last year. Puck is deep in the Leafs end. They're gonna get it out. Okay. Icing waved off. Oh, bad turnover. I mean, that's fine. I mean, this Panthers defense, man. There you go, get it out there. But that's gonna be icing, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Again, we're at commercial break between Memphis and San Antonio, so I'm just also doing. I also have both game 6 right now. Yeah, not a great start for the Brahmas, but I mean, that's kind of just been the nature of them this season. It's just a lot of not great starts that they couldn't bounce back from. And on top of it, when they've had pretty solid starts, they couldn't build off of it. They were a shell of themselves from last year, and it's kind of been a tough watch. But I think they can figure it out in the offseason, definitely. I think there are the UFL draft is weird because you're not guaranteed to get the guys, because most of the time you're picking 6th and 7th round NFL players as well, and guys that would probably rather be on an NFL practice squad. But I think if you play it properly enough and you really focus on the D2 talent and some FCS talent, you should be fine. Oh, it's Florida. Yes, Florida's going on the power play. Hell yeah. There's some backyard football graphics for the broadcast tonight. Okay, Fox, I see you. Yeah, Florida's on the power play now after the interference call. Come on. What you got here? As we're waiting kickoff after the pick 6. We see what San Antonio can do in their second drive. Good movement on the power play. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 7. Up past the 25, past the 30. Some room, gets to the 33-ish for John Trey Kirkland. A good save by Wall. It's going to force another face-off in the Leaf zone. Some good puck movement going on in this power play here, but I'll be able to get a shot off. That wasn't a bad one. All right, Kevin Hogan taking the field again. Yeah, Troy Williams got the start today, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were like very heavy rotating starting quarterbacks in this one, just because of the point of the season that they're at, and kind of you want to figure out which of these guys is going to be here next year. As Hogan in shotgun back to his left, two receiving options to each side, going to hand this off up the middle, and that's a gain of 2 for the Brahmas, and that is, I believe that was Aiden Robbins on the carry. Yep. Good shot for a geek. Man, that's gonna get cleared. Damn it. What's up, Bob Flash? Again, Bob Flash, this is a very weird triple stream for me. We're gonna try my best to pull a Kevin Harlan and call all these and properly react to all these games, but we'll see. As Hogan and shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side on 2nd and 8. Has time, pass left side is just off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Aiden Robbins, and it's going to be a 3rd and 8. 30 seconds left on this Florida power play. Schmidt gets it inside, sends it deep inside the Toronto zone, and can't get set up. It gets cleared. Yeah, I haven't even bothered talking about this next game. Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention to it despite supposed to. But yeah, Purdy got paid, and I'm not surprised by that. And I think it's a solid pay job as well. He's not Dak Prescott level money. It's about 55 a year, and that was expected. As Hogan will look to throw in 3rd and 8, rolling out to his left, and taking himself, trying to get the first, and he does. About 10-yard carry, maybe 11 for Kevin Hogan. Keeps the drive alive. Yeah, I think it's hard to say if it's a good deal right now because everyone still has that idea of, oh, he's Mr. Irrelevant in mind. And I don't blame you for thinking overpay there. I think once we actually get to once we get past the whole Mr. Irrelevant contract, I think we get to truly see, because now that they can't really build a team the same way they were once able to, it's going to be very interesting to see how well he plays. Hogan going to hand this off right side on 1st and 10 to Jay Sean Corbin, and that is a gain of 4 up to midfield. I am shocked Miami got five primetime games and 6 total like marquee time games, but it's not a terrible schedule. It's not as badly lined up as I thought it was going to be. I mean, again, the main thing is if Tua stays healthy, this team's going to be just fine. Even if the defense is going to look like Cincy's last year, as long as the offense is solid, you're going to win about 10 games on that schedule. Hogan in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right on 2nd and 6. Will look to throw. Quick pass over the middle is caught for a gain of 5 up to the 45. Due to Reinhardt's legs when I just look there. Damn it. Yeah, the people are looking at it weird because he was a mystery irrelevant, and the Niners were able to spend a lot of money outside of him for a few years. Now, obviously, with that mindset of, well, how does he look when he doesn't have the same talent with him? Probably should have went to play a factor into the contract, and I think it did because he got 55 a year instead of 60. As on 3rd and 1, Hogan gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's stuffed at the line for nothing. No gain on that one. Great pressure up front from Memphis as the Panthers go on another power play. Capitalize, please. I will say Domi does make a good play there. 10:50 left between the Leafs and Panthers. That's going to a commercial break. Just under 6 minutes to play in this one. Is 4th and 1, and looks like the offense will stay on the field. Weirdly enough, by that point in the season, I would not be real quick. Hogan under center, 4th and 1, gonna QB sneak, and it's close. Will depend on the spot. I don't think he got it. Ball came loose maybe there, but no, they blew the play dead. Forward progress was stopped. That makes sense. I think he was marked short though by about half a yard. QB sneaking from a 4th and 1. I mean, I get it, bud. Your O-line, yeah, he's short. Memphis's D-line coming in big the past 2 plays. What a stuff job there. And with 5:38 to play in the first quarter, we're going to a commercial break once again. I want to say definitely both of our defenses are going to look like Swiss cheese. And plus, that game's in Miami. Yeah, Miami's going to win 45-40. No, but that's probably going to be a really great game. I think a lot of Miami's games on their schedule is going to be great. The issue is there's so many cases of teams that we think are good now that end up not being good by season start. So it's really hard to tell what a Cincy will look like, what a Pittsburgh, especially Pittsburgh, like what those teams will look like by then. Those teams are like very 50-50. Yeah, y'all did get a Thanksgiving Day game. Enjoy it. I did not last year. And yeah, exactly. I mean, I just hate that we have to play Buffalo Thursday night early in the season again. I just hate that. I don't like Thursday night football. I want to avoid it as much as possible, but I mean, we have two Thursday night games. So that's whatever. Jones left side gonna send it down. Pass over the middle to Kachuk. It's bobbled. Stays in though. Might have to get a lot of pressure on this power play. And that gets cleared. Alright. Porzingis being subbed in the game now for the Celtics. First time I've even mentioned someone from that game. Knicks are up 11-7. As we're just coming back from commercial break. I I think by season's end, Miami will have will probably have at most 4 primetime games. I see that Steelers Dolphins game being flexed out. I don't think that'll be a great game at that point in the season. Gets cleared. 50 seconds left on the Florida power play. As we're just coming back from commercial break, showcasing the 4th and 1 try once again from San Antonio. About 1, maybe 2 more pushes left on this power play. Can you at least get set up though? That's the thing. That's a no. 30 seconds left on the power play. It gives you time to get 1 more push to try and set up something. All right, so Memphis with the ball after successful stuff on 4th and 1. Williams in shotgun, a back to each side, going to end around this right side. And there's some blocking there, some room to run, and going to eventually just get about 3. And there's some stuff there, but not a whole lot in the end. That was Daywood Davis on the carry there. He makes his first play since getting injured last year. And that's a former Miami Dolphin making plays as well. Bob with the save. That's a beautiful one. All right, Williams in shotgun, tight end to line up in the backfield to his right, a running back behind him. Going to hand this off right side, breaks off 1 tackle, but going to get nothing on the play nonetheless. That's Jalen Jackson on the carry. That's going to be icing, right? No, damn, no icing on that. All right, Florida gets it out, heading the other way with it. Verhage sends it down. It very well might be whoever scores first wins this type of game. Williams in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left, 3rd and 6. Quick pass left side, that's caught, and going to be a first down reception for Jonathan Adams, a gain of 9. That gets out. Can't get a breakaway with it, though. Close. Good pressure there by Barkov to force him inside their own zone. A handoff up the middle on 1st and 10 is going to gain about 1 yard, maybe 1.5 yards for Jalen Jackson. As now it's 2nd down. 4 minutes to play in the 1st in this one. A 2nd and 9 coming up. Bad ozone turnover. Williams in shotgun, back to his left, tight end in the backfield to his right. I'm going to shift it back behind him. It's a 2nd and 9. And Williams is going to hand this off up the middle for about 3 on the play for Jalen Jackson. Not much going there. Things are starting to get feisty between the Panthers and Leafs. As Bobby keeps playing well. 6:45 left between the Panthers and Leafs in the first period. It's a 13-10 game for the Knicks Celtics with about 4.5 to play in the first quarter. Troy Williams is in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left on the 3rd and 6, with just under 3 minutes to play in the first here. Williams, pressure coming, going to step up, try to take it himself. Breaks off 1 sack and going to fight his way, pushing forward for a first down carry. Gain of 6.5. The drive stays alive for Memphis. As Panthers Leafs heads to a commercial break, and Mitchell Robinson is shooting free throws. Yeah, Troy Williams doing his best Bryce Perkins impression there. It'll be a little bit of action out of him. As Williams in shotguns, going to play action, look to throw, passed over the middle, might have been tipped at the line, but that falls well short of Eli Stove, the intended target. And it'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up. Clock continues to run. 2:05, 2:04 to play in the first quarter in this one. As they got Mitchell Robinson guarding Peyton Pritchard. Yeah, I think that was tipped at the line. Devontae Beckett gets a hand on that one. And it's 2nd and 10. Williams in shotgun looking to throw once again. Pressure coming. Avoids one sack. Rolling to his right to buy some more time. Has room to run and going to keep it himself. Inside the 20. Sliding down at the 19. Another first down carry for Troy Williams. Paul Maurice 5-3 in Game 6 elimination games. Make it 6-3 tonight, Paul. We do not want to give Carolina more rest than they need to. Williams in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Inside the red zone for the first time today as Williams will look to throw. Pass left side is miscommunication maybe there, but it's off the mark, incomplete. Not a great throw by Troy Williams. It's 2nd and 10 once again. Yeah, that's a hand pass. Fuck y'all. OG Anunoby misses a wide open 3-8. Cats puts back, goes through. Knicks have a 16-13 lead. Williams in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on about the 18-yard line. Williams going to hand this off up the middle. That's an Eric Prince getting to about the 15, maybe the 14 before being brought down. It's a 3rd and 6-ish coming up. So 3rd down, going to be the end of the first quarter as well in this one. 15 minutes in the books. The only score so far is a pick 6 by Memphis. As that's the end of the first quarter. Under 6 minutes to play between the Panthers and Leafs. 2.5 to play between the Knicks and Celtics. That game is tied. Both games are tied. Good center and pass by the Leafs goes nowhere. Shot, good save by Bob. Another center and pass. Get some. Find a way to force them out the zone here. Another center and pass goes nowhere for the Leafs. Shot goes wide. All right, Florida finally has the puck on their stick, but okay, there we go. Gonna get a change out of this. Oh, Verhaeghe just misses wide. And now Leafs going the other way with it. All right, good pressure on that back wall. As we have a commercial break between Showboats and Brahmas. So in the meanwhile, we're keeping an eye on the Panthers-Leafs Game 6 and Knicks-Celtics Game 6, as I am a Panthers fan and a Knicks fan for these playoffs because the Heat got body-whopped. Verhaeghe. They call ice in on that? Yeah, Toronto is full of momentum here. They have gotten a majority of the shots as of late. Matthews is trying to get set up right outside the crease, but Barkov ain't letting him. Love to see it, love to see it. A good stick work by Forsling. And there's a clear. Gonna be able to get a change here. Luceranian and Marshawn Sen has room. Luceranian out in had a clear shot from the slot. Come on. At least get it on net. And leaves to win for a change. As we're at commercial break here, still between Memphis and San Antonio. Should be getting out of it soon. Also commercial break between the Knicks and Celtics. And we're just getting out of commercial break here between the Showboats and Brahmas. And the Leafs are going to clear this by accident. Perfect. Let's just get back from commercial break between Memphis and San Antonio. It's a 3rd and roughly 6 for the Showboats inside the red zone for the first time today, as the lone scorer so far in this one was a pick 6. Neither offense has really done a whole lot that really stands out. Trey Williams has ran well though. Good shot from the right circle. Mid sends it down. As first play of the second quarter, Williams in shotgun for this 3rd and 6. Generic Prince in the backfield, lined up to his left. 2 receivers to each side, ball on the 14. Williams will look to throw. San Antonio sends pressure. Gonna try and step up and sacked back near the 18-yard line. Not much going there. It's Matt Gotel on the sack. And the Brahmas at least held him to 3 in this drive. Yeah, they sent 6. It got picked up, but Williams tried to step up into nothing there. All right, 2:10 to play between the Leafs and Panthers. 2 minutes to play between the Knicks and Celtics, both in the respective first quarters. A 36-yard kick by Matt Coughlin is up, and it is good. 11-point Showboats lead early to begin the second quarter, as we'll wait to see what San Antonio can do on their next drive, but it's not been a great offensive showing for either side. As we're heading right back to a commercial break. Had a 3 from the wing puts the Knicks up 5 with a minute and a half to play in the first. In a weird way, this is a test to see how well I can try doing like calls and shit for the NBA and NHL. But at the same time, it's not entirely. Derek White bobbled the pass from Porzingis. A minute to play in this first quarter. Derek White trying to get some work in there. Bad layup try and is going to be out of bounds going the other way. A minute 3 to play between the Knicks and Celtics in this first quarter. As we're still at commercial break between the Showboats and Brahmas, as well as between the Panthers and Leafs. Another 3 there for the Knicks puts them on an 8-0 run and an 8-point lead with 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Peyton Pritchard sends it down to Porzingis, who is going to get in a post against Cat. Puts it up and misses. Al Horford on the board. His putback is good. Yes, Panthers are going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to happen tonight. It's going to happen while we're live. And if not, the Leafs are not winning a Game 7. It's not in their nature. I'm just worried about Carolina at this point. Because Carolina's going to have a good few days rest. And it just pretty handedly beat the best team out east in the Capitals. So I'm a little worried. Yeah, I mean Memphis as a team kind of let me down as well this year. I wasn't expecting too much out of them, but I still kind of expected them to look more competent than this. Oh, hey, hopefully you're right. We did sweep the Hurricanes a few years back, but that was 2 completely different teams at this point. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from about the 3. Going to work his way left side up to about the 25 before being brought down, and there is a penalty on the play. And that puck never cleared. And now it did. Damn it. Just send it around. A penalty is holding on San Antonio. Gonna push him back to start this drive. Hasn't been a great first period for the Panthers, but they've had a few good looks, and that's gonna call that offsides. Fox is interviewing Peyton Party before this drive, the interim head coach for San Antonio, and also was the interim OC at one point in the year. He's been drastically getting promoted this year. Hogan gonna play action, look to throw. Pass right side is caught in the flat, and that's going to break one tackle, apparently. Get up towards the 20 for a gain of 8. That's Ali's Mack on the reception. That offsides again. 55 seconds to play in the first period, still nothing. Death taxes, Brad Marchand beating the Leafs in the playoffs. Yep, hopefully that's right. I would love it if Marchand gets the game-winning goal in this game. The same way he got the overtime winner in game 4. No, game 3, I mean. San Antonio going to hand this off left side on 2nd and 5, and that's a gain of 6, enough for a first down. Jayshon Corbin on the carry. Now it's going to be a 1st and 10, unless they said something stop. No, yeah, 1st and 10, there we go. Fox took a second to update the down marker. Needed that to get out. All right, Hogan alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Going to look to throw. Quick pass right side for a screen is going to get about 2 before being upended and flipped. That was Steven Stellanos on the reception and the gain of 2. But not much going on that one. But a Knicks Pacers Eastern Conference Finals is going to be amazing. Mainly because... So again, the last time the Knicks made the conference finals, it was against the Pacers in 99 and the 99-2000 season. So one is poetry in that nature, and 2, the Knicks it will be a chance for the Knicks to exercise some demons, as there is a penalty pre-snap on the 2nd and 8. Going to be a false start on San Antonio, as there's 17.5 seconds left between the Panthers and Leafs in the first period. Puck is in the Leaf zone, so there's a chance to do something here. And it got cleared out. All right, Forsling sends it down. And that's the end of the first period. Nothing between the Leafs and Panthers after 1. Don't love it, don't hate it. 2nd and 13, Hogan in shotgun back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Going to look to throw. Hogan with some time. Pass right side is going to be dropped by Marquez Stevenson. A little bit behind, still in his hands. Would not have gotten much out of that anyway. To a 3rd and 13 for San Antonio. Hogan in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Gonna look to throw. Possibly a free play here for San Antonio. Hogan gonna throw this well ahead of the line of scrimmage, incomplete. That's gonna be an illegal forward pass on top of what would have been an offsides on Memphis. So these will offset and we'll replay 3rd down. I would love a Timberwolves Knicks finals. I have a friend who's a Knicks fan, so I would be curious to see what you have to say about that. But also, again, just the storylines there would be fantastic to watch. And I guess the idea is, like, if that's, like, the matchup we want, we better hope that it's Denver going to the Western Conference Finals and not OKC. I do think Minnesota would have an easier time against Denver, but it's still not going to be an easy matchup. Are they only calling offsides on Memphis here? It's going to be a 3rd and 8 if so. I could have... Kevin Hogan was 100% ahead of the line of scrimmage. Yeah, but the Knicks might as well have never won the finals because the last time they did it was when Miami did in 72. Yeah, Kevin Hogan is well in front of the line of scrimmage when he throws this pass. That should have been offset in penalties. Either way, though, it's 3rd and 8, and it probably doesn't matter. 11 minutes to play in this first half. Hogan alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Hogan gonna look to throw. Memphis sends 3. Has some time rolling right. Looking downfield. Pass in, and that's incomplete. Another is just not on target throw at all. And it's a 4th and 8 coming up, and San Antonio will send this one down. Just not on target whatsoever there. Okay, never mind. They did say offset and penalties and just didn't properly announce it. So it's 4th and 13. Give me a sec. Yeah, that looks a little better. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 25 and going to get up. Going to break 1 tackle, but still going to get up to about the 29. Not much going there. We shall see. Again, the first period has ended between the Panthers and Leafs, so we're at the intermission break there. There's 10.5 left in the second quarter between the Knicks and Celtics. The Knicks have an 11-point lead. Cad is going to do a fadeaway here that misses badly. Try to post up Drew Holiday. Nothing goes there. Other way, Derek White sends it to Pritchard, who sends it back, who sends it to Horford, who sends it to Holiday, who sends it to Brown in the corner. But Mitchell Robinson, good recover there, as Jaylen Brown is going to send this up for Mitchell Robinson to easily grab there. We have Cad at the. Hey, it worked. Cad from the top of the key bullies Al Horford. It's a 13-point New York Knicks lead as the Celtics call a timeout. Yeah, Max Domi on that stick save might have saved the goal. As again, all 3 games basically are at commercial break right now. We shall see. I'm seeing Dove Kleiman tweet out a clip from Colts practice. I think either today or yesterday. I completely forgot Laquan Treadwell was A, still in the league, and B, on the Colts. I thought that man was out of the league by now. Guess not. As we're just coming back from commercial break, San Antonio will have the ball for their third drive of the game. I'm curious how long the leash is for Kevin Hogan. In this one, just because of the nature of things. Yeah, Jonathan Adams, his talent's being wasted on Memphis. I know it is Memphis' ball. Yeah. Never mind. Memphis has the ball up by 11. I am all over the place. 11-point lead ties the largest lead this season for Memphis. As Williams is in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Ball on the 29-yard line. Quick throw left side, caught by Adams for a receiver screen that gains about a half yard, maybe a full yard. I wouldn't depend the Wolves winning. I wouldn't mind the Wolves winning. It would depend on who they play out east. If it's the Pacers, then yeah. Actually, either way, yeah, go Timberwolves. It'd be funny. Yeah, they should. Williams and shotgun gonna hand this off up the middle on 2nd and 9. And that's going to pile being pushed still. Gonna be a gain of about 6. I mean, I agree. San Antonio should go to someone else at this point. Jared Guarantano has had like a half to prove himself this year. I think he should get more action either this week or in one of the 2 other weeks. But definitely think Jared Guarantano should get a crack at things. As it's 3rd and 1, gonna hand this off up the middle once again. And going to be stuffed at the line. Yep, gonna say stuffed at the line. No gain on that one. It's a 3 and out for Memphis. Might have been some movement up front though. Do they challenge this? I think San Antonio might have jumped a bit early. I'm not sure though if we actually crossed the plane. And nope, not gonna bother with the challenge. It's a 3 and out, and they'll send this one down. Exactly. Season's over. Get some other guys some action. And all 3 quarterbacks on San Antonio's roster could very easily be there next year. Like, you want to be able to find who's going to be the lead entering next year's training camp. And Memphis is the same way right now as well. In the sense that they're probably going to give Troy Williams this week, EJ Perry another, and then Dressa Win another. Or maybe alternate them in some way as there's a delay of game on Memphis. But it's going to be interesting to see how these teams handle things these final 3 weeks. Because, again, they're both 1-6, 9 great spots. And they have guys that are talented on these rosters. Like, you gotta find the best way to get them some like proper tape. As the punt comes off clean and going to be caught at the 30 before being laid out. As Marquez Stevenson, the return man, forgot to call a fair catch as there's a penalty marker down on the play. Good board by Jalen Brown. Derek White along the left wing, now gonna rush, and that's a good layup. A penalty is on San Antonio. They call it illegal formation on the Brahmas. That's Derek White's first make of the game. Jeez. OG from the wing is going to put the Knicks up top by 14 with 8:20 to play in the second quarter. As we're heading to a commercial break between the Showboats and Brahmas, 8 minutes of play in the first half, and what has been a okay game so far. We shall see. It will be San Antonio ball when we get back from commercial break. And after the illegal formation, they're going to be pushed back to inside the 20, I think. That Deuce McBride on that shot? Hell yeah. Yeah, Miles McBride. It was a 14-point Knicks lead, but a commercial break here between the Showboats and Brahmas. The Panthers and Leafs are still at the first intermission, as that game is 0-0 after one. And I think they have one more like intermission report to do before we even get back to that game. Derek White passed to Jalen Brown in the left wing. A shot over OG is off, and Mitchell Robinson gets the board. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter here between Knicks and Celtics. OG corner 3 is off, but there was a stoppage before that, I think. Yeah, New York trying to close out the series on home court today. Panthers trying to close out the series on home ice tonight. Hopefully both teams are able to get it done. I think for the Panthers' sake, they would need to, just because of the fact that, again, Carolina already ended their series against Washington. That series ended a lot quicker than I think a lot of people thought. We shall see. As we're just coming back from commercial break here between the Brahmas and the Showboats. Both teams have made some good close quarters stops there on defense. And yeah, it's just been a turnover battle in this one, basically. We shall see. So, actually, no, ball on the 29-yard line. Going to hand this off left side, and that is a gain of about 3 for Aiden Robbins on the carry. Not much going there in the opening play of the drive, but it's something at least. That's the thing. $7:40 to play in the first half. It's a 2nd and 7 for the Brahmas. Yeah, Kevin Hogan still in the game. He's alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on the 32. Hogan looking to throw. Has some time, gonna step up, trying to keep it himself, but brought down and sacked back near the 28. There's no need to try and step up there. You have a clean enough broadcast. So a 3rd and 11. Hogan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Going to look to throw once again, and there is a stoppage before the snap. Going to call this false start on San Antonio. Ugh. A 3rd and 16 coming up now. 6:39 to play in this one, or in this first half at least. And a 6.5 to play. Just now breaking the huddle with 5 seconds on the play clock. Hogan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Gonna pass this right side to Jayshon Corbin for a halfback screen that gets about 10 maybe. And there is gonna be a penalty on this one. Calling late hit on Memphis. Gonna keep the drive alive. Hey, you clearly would have had him stop short of the line to gain. There's no need for that extra stuff. Yeah, there's that late push already well out of bounds. Can't take that kind of penalty. That's on Andrew Dowell. Just pushed him late. It wasn't like anything egregious, but it's just enough of a shove late to where it forces that penalty. We tack on 15 to the end of the about 12-yard play for Jayshon Corbin. Actually, more are probably like 10. And it's now a 1st and 10 from their own 47. Hogan in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side after motioning the tight end over. And Hogan is going to hand this off to Corbin left side. Going to spin his way to about midfield, 49.5-yard line-ish. As there is a helmet rolling about now as well. Yeah, Corbin needs to get out the game for a play or two. One, his helmet came off. That's already like a, and at least in the NFL, that's a get out the game type of thing for a play. But on the previous play, he also got hit in the head there. So I'd like to see Corbin not in for this play at the very least. But we'll see. Staying in, it seems. I don't love that. Hogan in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Ball on midfield. Hogan looking to throw. Pressure coming, rolling to his right to buy some time. Still looking. Throwing one deep right side and off the mark, incomplete. Slightly overthrown there. Couldn't get a jersey number for who he was passing it to. It's not much, though. Now a 3rd and 7 for the Brahmas. 4:45 to play in the first half. San Antonio is going to need something here. Hogan alone in shotgun. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. They get the jumps up front. It's a free play for San Antonio. Pass right side is caught for the first down up to the plus 38-yard line. I want to say that was Jacob Harris on the reception. So they're going to decline the penalty, what would have been a free play since they got the first down and then some, as the second period is about to start between the Leafs and Panthers. They got both ends to jump there early. That's a good hard count. So a 1st and 10, 4:20 to play in this first half. As clock still rolling. Oh, is Memphis gonna challenge something here? I guess so. I mean, it would have been. It's a big 3rd down there. Would put San Antonio in a plus territory for the first time today. Let's see. Memphis is challenging for false start before the offsides happened, which would bring the play back. It's close. It's close. Blandino saying not enough to change because they can't get that clean angle down the line to see if the defender was in the neutral zone before the right guard jump. So the Memphis is gonna lose the challenge early on in this one when they're already up 11. They lose the challenge and a timeout. 4:13 to play, 4:18 to play in this one, or in this first half. An O-zone draw for the Panthers. Yeah, weren't able to get a lot of shots on net in the first period. Hopefully a little more in this one. Hopefully one goes in the back of the net in this period. And stopped by Wall. It's a good shot. Good shot by the blue line there for Forsling. As it's a 20-point Knicks lead now with 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Yeah, the Maple Leafs doing a good job getting in their sticks on puck in this one. Hogan in shotgun back to his right for 1st and 10 from the 38. Hogan going to quick throw right side. And now he's going to look to throw. Passing it deep. Right side has a man wide open in the 5 and touchdown San Antonio. The trickery. Steven Stellanos puts San Antonio on the board as that was caught by former Showboat D. Anderson. And it is a 5-point game. Teams have not been taking enough of an advantage on what you can do with that rule. Beautiful play call there for San Antonio. They finally get on the board. Steven Stellanos into a bucket of D. Anderson. And in his first game as a Brahma, he has 6. 1 catch, 1 touchdown. That is a beaut. Now the 1-point try from the 2. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Jayshon Corbin, and the pile is going to get pushed. Gonna be close. We'll see. Did he cross the goal line? They're saying inches short. So it will remain a 5-point game. Saying inches short there. But that's a hell of a play for San Antonio to get him on the board. Come on, Gadjevich. All right, heading to a commercial break as well after that one. I'd be able to get this puck out soon. There we go. Florida gets the clear. And that's Nosek now in the O zone with some room. Shot goes wide, and Toronto going the other way, trying to chip it forward, but going to be stopped by Forsling. That's sent back in. Yeah, I mean the Knicks are. I haven't really been talking about the Knicks Celtics game because they've been handling business in that one. So my focus is really locked in on this game between Memphis and San Antonio, and also Florida Toronto, as that game is still tied at 0 under after 3 minutes of play in the second period. Ekblad's shot goes wide. Another shot on net, can't get the tip. And Toronto's going to get a clear. All right, good stick. We're just going to force that shot wide. There's a select commercial break between Memphis and San Antonio. All right, there's the clear that Florida needed there. Toronto going to go quick, though. Sends it back around. Bob with a good handle is going to give it to Ekblad. As Florida would get it out once again. Good clear. And there's Forsling's shot going to be stopped by Wall. And frozen by Wall as well. Not a bad shot by Forsling. Just getting shots on net right now is big. Oh, they missed a too many men on ice call against Toronto. Come on. And we're just coming back from commercial break. Waiting for San Antonio to send this one down as they finally get on the board. The first offensive touchdown of the game for either side. As before that, the only one was a pick six. So technically, Kevin Hogan has thrown the only 2 touchdowns today. Luceranian sends it down. Whatever. Good puck battles along the wall. Florida keeps it in. Shot is off. Shots wide. Seth Jones keeps it in. It's Kachuk now along the wall. Back to Jones, who sends it down. Shot goes wide. Couldn't get the rebound. Good shit for Hagee to keep it in. Love the ozone time here. As San Antonio will send this one down. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from about the 11. And return up down left side past the 35, past the 40 maybe the 40, 39, somewhere around there. But Memphis will start this next drive from there. Ooh, Ekblad's shot goes wide. Ekblad's shot gets blocked. Bennett at the top gonna get sent down by a good skate work by Toronto. All right, 3-on-2 for Florida. Shot's gonna be blocked. Troy Williams still in the game for Memphis. He is in shotgun, back to his right, receiver to his left. Handoff, left side, can have some room for Jalen Jackson. First down and more. Past midfield, past the 40. One man to beat, breaking the tackle inside the 20 inside the 20 to 15 and push down at the 13. Jalen Jackson, big time carry to begin the drive for Memphis. Beautiful blocking up front, creates the lane. Beautiful blocking up front. 14-ish minutes to play in the second period between the Panthers and Leafs. They go to a commercial break. Williams in shotgun back to his right. Can he hand this off once again? Left side has room to 5 and a touchdown for Memphis. Jalen Jackson does it himself on that drive. That's how you respond. And the Showboats are back up by 11. Two plays, 60 yards basically. And Jalen Jackson does it himself on that drive. Two simple insights. Yeah, I wouldn't say simple, but great, excellent blocking up front by Memphis. Jalen Jackson. What a beaut of running on that drive. Now Memphis is going to go for 2 points here to make it a 13-point game with 3:17 to play. Williams alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Gonna look to throw. San Antonio sends 5. Pass back of the end zone is high and incomplete. Was looking for J.J. Wilson there. It falls incomplete. It remains an 11-point game, but Jalen Jackson, some great running, some great blocking on that drive, and in 2 plays, the Showboats responded to the trick play that San Antonio did to get in the end zone first. Hey, Florida's breaking their sticks, though. There's something to that. As that game's coming back from a commercial break just now, Jaylen Brown's at the free throw line down by 21 with 3.5 to play in the second quarter. Mikala keeps the puck in and sends it back down. Trying once again to get this puck out, but Toronto's unable to. Now Barkov's going to keep it in. And now it gets cleared. But Reinhardt has it and puts it right back in the O-zone. Shot is stopped by Wall. First period was heavy shots and goal favor in Toronto. So far in this one, it is 5 shots on goal to nothing in favor of Florida. As we're still at commercial break between Memphis and San Antonio, Memphis was able to respond the touchdown pass by Steven Stellanos for San Antonio with a 2-play, purely handoff runs to Jalen Jackson drive. So it's a 17-6 game here. And for those joining in, I also have the Knicks Celtics game 6 on in the background alongside Panthers Leafs game 6. Good chuck on the one-timer. Shot gets blocked because of course it does. And the puck gets cleared. It's a 24-point Knicks lead with 2 minutes to play in the second period. Shot goes wide left for Toronto. And Florida has some room to get it out. It's a 3-on-2 for the Panthers. For Hagee, gonna pass there, and good stick work. Breaks up the cross crease there by Kulikov. And Toronto gets the clear. All right, just coming back from the commercial break. They're showcasing that initial long run by Jalen Jackson to begin that last drive. Again, great blocking up front. And it was Henry Black who stepped in too soon. Couldn't quite get an angle on Jackson's, but Marshawn's getting hit left and right so far in this one. There you go. Florida's responding with the hits themselves now. 3:17 to play in the first half. San Antonio gonna need something on this drive, as Lundell's shot is wide. Forsling shot is saved by Wall. As first play of the drive is going to be a handoff up the middle with a penalty down. That's Aiden Robins on the carry. Oh, that was a kickoff, my bad. I'm all over the place again. Kickoff, penalty down. Kickoff gets up past the 25 to about the 26. There's Marquez Stevenson on the kickoff return, but there's a block in the back penalty on San Antonio. Puck loose up front, nothing going there. And they get the clear. All right, so 1st and 10 for San Antonio. Florida catches Toronto in the middle of a change. It's Boquist from the slot, and it's off the mark. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. First play of the drive. Hogan in shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to hand this off up the middle, and there's some room for Jayshon Corbin. That's a 1st down carry and then some. Up to the 25, a gain of 15. Some good running from Jayshon Corbin with 3 minutes to play in the first half, as there's an icing on Florida. 24-point lead for the Knicks still. Unless that game gets closer, I'm not going to pay too much attention to it. So 1st and 10 once again for San Antonio. Hogan alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hogan looking to throw. Pass left side is incomplete. Nearly picked off. Pass was well behind Steven Solanos and pretty much into the lap of Andrew Dowell. Should have been picked off, but San Antonio's offense lives to play another down. Shot saved by Wool. As Matthews is on the bench, looking like he's in a little bit of pain. Got hit up high, I guess. Is that a puck up high? Hey, that's a terrible pass by Kevin Hogan. Jeez. Oh, yeah. He gets hit up high on the face-off. And Matthews is heading to the locker room? I mean, he hasn't done shit in the second round, but still. That's a tough loss for Toronto for right now. As we're at commercial break here for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half between Memphis and San Antonio. It is an 11-point Memphis lead. As we have at commercial break for the 2-minute warning. Panthers have an ozone draw that they lose, and Toronto's going to get a clear. All right, 10 minutes to play in the second period. We're officially halfway through game 6, and it's still 0-0. With not a lot of shots on goal for either side. Toronto's getting a change, and they're going to be caught in the change. Kachuk along the wall can send this even further, and there's going to be a call there. 9.5 to play in the second period. We still have a commercial break here. Okay, cool. We got to call for too many men on the ice. Weird. Yeah. All right, Toronto power play. We're going to get back from commercial break. 9.5 to play in the second period. Florida's PK has been good this series and this playoff, so hopefully. Again, just coming back from the commercial break for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in the first half in this one. San Antonio going to need some points here if they're going to get their way back in this. San Antonio does get ball to begin the second half, so they have a shot. We shall see, though. They're going to need at least a field goal. make this a one-score game entering the half, and even though your offense hasn't been playing great today, you're still going to feel pretty okay. Hogan in shotgun back to his left, two receiving options to each side. Ball on the 30s, a 3rd and 5. Hogan, the throw, pass over the middle is caught and brought down short. Only a gain of 4. That was Jayshon Corbin on the Texas route. And San Antonio has a decision to make. They're gonna send it down. Not how you wanted those final 2 minutes to go. Out comes the punting unit. They're gonna send it down. And we're gonna see how this goes. All right. Coming back from commercial break between the Panthers and Leafs, it's a Toronto power play. Because of a too many men on the ice call against Florida, because of course that's the case. Yeah, both conferences and both playoff pushes might come to an end this week. If each of the we shall see. All right, punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from inside the 15 at the 14. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second, and brought down near the 17. Good stick work in the slot. That puck gets sent down and cleared. And that's going to be an offsides on Toronto. Oh, yeah. The Cavs season was obviously disappointing. I mean, you get bounced in the second round again. And this time, like, you were the clear in the way, the better and the higher seed. So, like, it's tough. But I don't think there's any, like, there shouldn't be any idea of blowing it up yet for the Cavs. I mean, they're still I want to say young, but they're a team that still has not had a lot of playoff experience. And I mean, they went into these playoffs feeling really good about themselves. They needed to be humbled a bit, similar to what the Warriors went through. Obviously not at the same level, but it's an idea. Screen pass left side to the Derek Prince is going to go nowhere. Maybe even lose a yard. Good defense there by San Antonio. Memphis only has one timeout left. I'm just realizing. Like, I don't think there's any cause for concern about the Cavs. They overperformed this season at the end of the day as well. I mean, they were the 1 seed out east. No one really expected that out of them this year. Williams in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. 1:05 to play in this first half. Williams looking to throw. Has some time. Pass over the middle is caught, and that's going to be a gain. Breaking tackles, and now potentially fumbling. Picked up by San Antonio. Going on the other way. The 20, the 10, the 5, and out of bounds at the 2. That Kwame Lassiter on the reception tried to stretch it out to pick up the first, and might have just thrown that ball at the ground. As it stands, is San Antonio football inside the 5. They've entered the red zone for the first time today. 48 seconds to play. As Toronto gets called for high stick and they kill their own power play. Oh yeah, that ball's coming loose. I think that ball's coming loose. San Antonio catches a break. Kwame Lassiter just couldn't hang on for long enough. Well, that's the other thing is, yeah, like, Tatum is probably not going to play next year either. So the East is going to be extremely weak next year. There's no real reason to blow it up yet when you're probably going to be a top team in the East once again next year. You have to take advantage of that. Now, if you also get bounced first, second round next year, then you blow it up. There's no need to do it. There's no need to do it just yet. We're going to have 30 seconds on 4-on-4, now 15 after Toronto had a good chance there. And the 4-on-4 is going to be dead as Ekblad has the puck and going to, 3, 2. First and goal. Handoff up the middle for Jayshon Corbin. He's going to work his way in. It's a touchdown for San Antonio. They are within 5 once again. 45 seconds to play in the first half. So thanks to the defense, this ended up being a fantastic final 2 minutes for San Antonio in this one, as Florida has a minute 10 to play left on this power play. And that's good stick. We're just going to get it loose. Damn it. Yeah, defense making massive plays on both sides. Defense has resulted in 14 points now combined in this game, basically. $50 seconds left on this power play. Shot, good save. Can't get that pass out to Seth Jones. And it's going to be cleared. Oh, did they call? No. Yeah, 45 seconds left. Waiting to see what San Antonio decides to do on the point try. As we're heading to a commercial break before that, I think someone's being looked at, reviewed. I'm not sure what the Celtics do. I don't think they're going to blow it up, per se, because I mean, they won the chip last year. But I think Boston's going to be in a very interesting spot next year. And next year is going to really showcase how important Jason Tatum is to this team. I do think if anyone does get traded from their core, it is probably Drew Holiday, but that's more so because of age and his contract than anything. As Florida's now 0 for 3 on the power play, because of course they are. Shot stopped by Wall. I couldn't see what number that was. I mean, you were getting good looks this period. I don't know, man. I'm still high on Jaylen Brown. I still think he's the real leader of that team. Although, yeah, not looking great tonight, but I'm gonna be very interested to see how he looks as the number 1 option for a team instead of the 1B. I think Boston's gonna be a very interesting team to watch next year, but Celtics fans are gonna need to realize you're probably not going to win it all next year. And that's fine. Like, you can have a somewhat down year, and hell, if they are a play-in team and let's say they make the playoffs, but they make the play-in but not the playoffs, and they get like a 0.5% chance at that first overall pick, who knows? They might win it. Like, with how the lottery works, the Celtics are going to be just fine, even if they don't blow it up. Good defense there. And Bennett gets it in the ozone, but not deep enough to really warrant anything. As we're just coming back from the commercial break, there's 45 seconds left in this one. And yeah, it's been defense and turnovers have been the story of San Antonio this year. It lost last week in large part due to a scoop and score right before the end of the half last week. And they nearly had one in them themselves this week. That's a good hit there. Shot saved by Bobrovsky. Yeah, 45 seconds left. Oh yeah, what's Blandino saying here? All right, Blandino just talking about how the command center can force a replay on plays like that fumble by Lassiter. So San Antonio will go for 2 to try and make it a 3-point game here with 45 seconds to play in the half. Hogan alone in shotgun, 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Hogan going to quick throw right side, caught by Corbin, has some blockers, fighting his way. He gets in. Jason Corbin. It's now a 3-point game with San Antonio getting ball to begin the second half as well. In the span of 3 plays, they are right back in this one as Panthers Leafs is going to a commercial break with 3.5 to play in the second period, and Toronto about to go on the power play once again. Because of course they are. (17-14). We shall see. Yeah, Friday's weird. It's like because like you still have like to work in the morning, so you can't really like enjoy the night, especially at a certain point. So it's like, yeah, it's a technically a start of the weekend, but not really. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from about the 6, maybe the 7. It has some room down that right side, gets up to about the 30. Love it. I love a good underdog story like that. Okay, what's the oh they call it the power okay, yeah, that's fair. Was it cross checking then on Ekblad? As there's a showboat down after that kick return. Alright, Toronto's on the power play. And we're gonna be without Ekblad for the PK. I don't love it, but we should be fine, hopefully. And oh, there's Barkov 1-on-1 against the Leafs here. Finally gets him help with Reinhardt, but essentially it's just a long clear attempt. Yeah, this game has been more exciting than I thought it would be. To be fair, it also helps that this Leafs Panthers game has been annoyingly close right now. Especially after how Game 5 went. I kind of wish it was a similar story, but can't get too greedy. There's Reinhardt with a clear. A minute 15 left on the Toronto power play. Really, the Knicks Celtics missed the memo tonight of games. Like, hey, you gotta keep it close tonight. They're good clear. There's a select commercial break between the Showboats and Brahmas. 50 seconds left on the Toronto power play. Puck gets sent deep. There you go, Kulikov. Good body block there. Okay, good enough stick work there to force that to get nearly cleared. There we go. There's a clear. 20 seconds left on the Toronto power play. They maybe have one more push. As we're still in commercial break here between the Showboats and Brahmas. Hail for the tail end of the first half. All right, power play is ended for Toronto, but they have the puck in the O zone. But that has to be, yeah, that's gonna be offsides. He pulled the puck back just enough. That's offsides. Cool. A minute 20 left in the second period here, as we're just coming back from commercial break. 40 seconds left between the Showboats and the Brahmas. San Antonio has cut the deficit to 3 after a fumble by Kwame Lassiter that was returned to the 2-yard line, and then Jay-Sean Corbin finished the job with getting to the end zone on both the touchdown carry and the 2-point try screenplay. And now Troy Williams in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the left as well, ball on the 30-yard line. Williams going to hand this off right side for Deneric Prince, and he's going to be brought down behind the line. A loss of about 2 there, and that's Kobe Jones on the tackle for loss. And the clock's going to continue to run. Memphis does not need to call one more play if they don't want to. They can let this run to halftime. There's a minute left in the second period between the Leafs and Panthers. Williams in shotgun, back to his left. Going to motion someone into the backfield to his right. As Williams is going, the clock's going to stop. It's halftime. They couldn't get the snap off in time. It is halftime between the Brahmas and the Showboats. Verhaeghe's shot is blocked. 30 seconds left in the second period between the Panthers and Maple Leafs. Brady sends it down once again. Bennett has it on the left side. Bennett now trying to send it across to Mikala, but it goes out of the zone and cleared. Mikala then sends it down, and there is 10 seconds left in the period. There's not going to be anything going there. Toronto trying to get one more last push here. There's 3 seconds left, and after 40 minutes, it is still nothing between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. A much better second period for the Panthers, though. I will say that. The end of the first period, getting outshot by 5. They exit the second period, outshooting Toronto by 1. Is 14-13 on shots right now between the two. No, gonna be a very interesting third period in this one. Knicks are up by 32. Come on. As that game's in the third quarter now, Al Horford misses. All right, halftime here between the Showboats and Brahmas, an intermission between the Leafs and Panthers. Time to watch the Celtics get blown out by 30 plus. And again, we main game is a UFL game. I'm wearing my Panthers jersey for Game 6 between the Leafs and Panthers, and I have my New York Knicks cup for Game 6 there. We're going for all three. Horford to Derek White. Derek White's right now going to get a fake screen by Drew Holiday, who's now going to hand off pass just to Holiday. Holiday trying to cook. Mikal Bridges gets in, and Mikal Bridges is going to get a hand on that one, but they're going to call up something there before that as well. Might be blocking on Mikal. 10 minutes to play. Yeah, 10 minutes to play in the third quarter between the Knicks and Celtics. There's a 29-point Knicks lead. Brunson switches on to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown passes out to Derek White. Corner. Wing 3 is good. Cuts the lead to a solid 26. That's cool. Former Florida Marlin Charles Johnson banged the drum for the Panthers tonight. I'm realizing that when the Cats win this series, they're gonna have like the exact same, not the exact same, but a very similar route in these playoffs compared to what they had in 2023 when they made the finals that year. White wing 3 with Brunson in his face. Josh Hart, good rebound. Gonna give it to OG, who's trying to bounce pass it up towards Mikal. Fade away is good. What a sequence there for the Knicks. 71-43 lead. God damn. Who was the 1 seed in the PWHL this year that Ottawa just beat? It is hilarious that Ottawa is going to a finals before Toronto has. Montreal, damn. Honestly, good for both of those cities. Their NHL teams have been shit for the past few years. And we're still at halftime between the Showboats and Brahmas. Oh, good for all three of those cities. Minnesota as well, being solid right now in the PWHL. Minnesota won last year. What seed was Minnesota? I imagine they were the 1 seed. Just because citizenship. 4 seed. Damn. Okay. It'll be an interesting finals then. Yeah, we're still at halftime here between the Showboats and Brahmas. Still at an intermission report between the Leafs and Panthers. 4 seed versus 3 seed. Okay. Yeah, honestly, that sounds about right for like a typical finals. It's always like for like as obvious as it is, like a 1 or a 2 seed will go the distance. I always prefer it when it is like a 3 versus 5, or 3 versus 5 or 4 versus 6, or any combination of those seeds going at it. Like to me, those are the better series. Yeah. Damn. So even in the PWHL, Toronto can't get past the second round. Yeah, but still at halftime. Yeah, Toronto sports, man. It's in a special kind of purgatory right now. The Raptors are in a weird spot. The Blue Jays can't get anyone to sign with them in free agency. Toronto's about to blow it up if they lose this series. Oh, even if they don't lose this series and they lose in the conference finals, Toronto's about to blow it up. Marner won't come back on a cheaper deal like most Leafs fans would want him to. I think Tavares is the other one as a UFA as well. Hey, Larry Johnson's in the stands for the Knicks game. We shall see. We're just coming out of halftime. Should be good. I remember hearing that about the PWHL. Also, does anyone let me know that we good? We should be back. I actually realized this time that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I accidentally hit the stop broadcasting option on OBS there because of fat finger and shit. But we're just exiting halftime. Yeah, I saw that about the PWHL. That's an interesting way to handle the playoffs. I know that the NFL is working on or has a proposal in place to alter how playoff seeding works. Where for the wild card round, they're gonna seed it based off of this record, and like it'll be a case of division winners get an automatic bid, but not an automatic home game. Home games will be distributed based off of record, and then after the wild card, they're gonna reseed for the rest of the playoffs. Like it's interesting. I doubt it will pass, but it's interesting. Okay, not quite exiting halftime yet, so we can put that back. We shall see. Yeah, the Knicks are still up by 26. Cats at the line for 2. I guess only 1, yeah. So it's 20. It's a 37. A 37-point Knicks lead with 7:15 to play in the third quarter. And that's a statement to make for New York. That's a good way to close out the series. You know, I wish the Panthers would do something like that. Close out the series in dominant fashion. Instead, it's nothing against Toronto right now. This game's gonna go to overtime, I can already tell. Yeah, 27. Yeah, the Knicks have been dominating this game. I mean, people already knew the writing was on the wall when Tatum went down in game 4. I think some people were like, oh, they won game 5. Maybe they could force a 7 and maybe and whatnot. But they were on home court in game 5. And like it was easier to rally there. In MSG, yeah, they were gonna struggle in this game and would have had to hope for a massive off night on the Knicks. I feel bad for Tatum as well. Even though I hate the Celtics, you never want to see a guy go down in any way. And Tatum going down the way he did, and the fact he's gonna miss next season as well, it seems, just awful, just awful. Well, MSG is gonna be electric just because they're in the conference finals. And this is the first time they're in the conference finals in 25 years. Like, MSG is going to be electric, especially against the Pacers. Like, that's going to be a great series to watch as we're just coming back from commercial break or from halftime. San Antonio receives the second half kickoff. Only down by 3, a chance to take the lead out of the half. So we shall see. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, that's crazy. You the last time the Knicks were in the conference finals was also the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game. Both of these two teams have been in the gutter since. I mean, yeah, the Knicks have had a little bit more success over the years than the Dolphins have had, but still, like, it's been a rough past 25 years for both teams. Hopefully, that's what the sign is saying. Hopefully. All right, second half kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from inside the 5 and working his way past the 30 to about the 32. And Kevin Hogan will take the field for San Antonio. Has not been the greatest of games for him, but it's been something. I would love that. I don't know exactly how I would react, but all I know is that reaction will do numbers. I would love to see it this year. It's not going to happen, but I would love to see it. Hogan in shotgun back to his left, going to hand this off right. Now going to keep it himself left side, spinning his way for half a yard. If Buffalo misses out on the Super Bowl because of another wide right, it's I don't think they're ever gonna hear the end of it. They already don't, but or if they lose this Super Bowl on another wide right, I don't think they'll be able to handle it. Hogan in shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Has time. Pass over the middle is intercepted and going the other way. It's Anthony Dowell inside the 20 and finally tripped up at the 16. Hogan hit while throwing that pass and it flutters into the hands of Andrew Dowell. And the Showboats defense making plays once again. And they put the offense right back into the red zone. I'm not sure how to think about the Jets this season. Hogan had 2 people open over the middle. He threw it late, and he threw it 8, which gave the defense time to force that ball to come out awkwardly. That's a tough one. That's just a tough one. And now going to hand this off right side for Deneric Prince. Will lose about 2, maybe 3. Broncos to win the West. That's a case of I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm still not expecting it. I think the West could be up for grabs this year. But it's so hard to tell this early on in the offseason. Exactly. I mean, it's just been a bad game for Kevin Hogan. Williams in shotgun, back to his right, play action, looking to throw. Pass right side for the end zone. Incomplete, overthrown. Trying to get that towards, we're going to say David Davis, but it could be wrong. Couldn't quite get a jersey number. Nope, it was Jonathan Adams he was looking for there. Weirdly enough, I could see the Lions missing out in the playoffs as well. I don't think that's, I mean, that's definitely a hot take. But that's a hot take that I'm kind of buying some stock into right now. The North is going to be tough this year. It was already tough last year, but the NFC North is going to be a dogfight. And last year should have been the Lions' year, but injuries. 3rd and 12, Williams to throw. Pass left side is overthrown once again and incomplete. A 3 and out by the Showboats means that San Antonio stays alive that much longer in this one. Yeah, Kevin Hogan's definitely been set up to fail, which is it's fine. I don't know how to feel about it. At the same time, like, he's also just not playing. He's also just not seeing the field well enough. As Matt Coughlin on for the 36-yard kick from the right hash. To make it a 6-point game, it is up and it is good. 6-point Memphis lead. 12:23 to play in the third quarter. I mean, the first interception, I will say Kevin Hogan threw a bad pass there. In this second interception, he made a correct read. He just made it late. And that gave Memphis's defensive line time to get through. Just enough to force that bad pass. If he looks left earlier, he has a guy wide open. That would have been an easy 5+ yards. He needs to see the field better. As the third period is about to start between the Panthers and the Leafs. With a 9 wins making the playoffs in the NFC does not seem likely to me. Purely because of the NFC North. I think each team in the NFC North is looking at a 10+ win season. So I don't think 9 wins will get you in this year in the NFC. All right, third period has started between the Leafs and Panthers. Both teams are skating weird, I want to say, to begin this period, but I don't know how the correct way to phrase it. Puck is deep in the Leafs' end. Can't quite get that forecheck going. They're going to get this out. But even then, like, it took him a while to get that out. I'm just... And Florida gets out of their own zone now, gets into Toronto's, it gets sent deep. There's still that commercial break between the Showboats and Brahmas. So save kept in by Forsling. Shot goes wide. Marchand trying to get a shot there, but whiffs on it and it goes the other way for Toronto. Exactly. Like I think the Giants will have a solid year this year. It won't be a playoff year though, and I just don't know how to think about the Jets. I don't think the Bears will win the North, but I think it will definitely be a very competitive. I think they'll be a solid team this year. I like Ben Johnson as the head coach there. I like what they've done in building the trenches a lot. And I think Caleb Williams is a solid quarterback still. Like it's gonna be the NFC North is gonna be very interesting to watch this year. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 5 and has some room. You're going to get past the 25 and brought down near the 27. Verhage has room down that left side. Going to lead. Should have left it for Kachuk, but sends it down. Good check there by Kachuk, and that's going to be a shot that goes wide for Bennett. And Toronto's going to get it clear and have an odd man. Had an odd man rush. Shot goes wide left for Toronto. As they're keeping it in Florida zone pretty well, and now it gets cleared. Hogan still in the game here for the Brahmas, as Florida's called for icing. Hogan and shotgun back behind him. Handoff left side, going to be a solid carry there of about 8 up to the 35-yard line for Jayshon Corbin. I would not be shocked if the Cardinals win that division. I think it's the Rams division to lose. I mean, maybe the 49ers can do something in that division, but who really knows with the guys that are getting back from injury. So that's also going to be a fun division to watch this year. But I would not be surprised if the Cardinals surprise people in it. Handoff, right side for Jayshon Corbin, has some room past the 45, past midfield, and finally brought down near the plus 46. Jayshon Corbin is running well tonight so far. That's the key thing for San Antonio's offense. Toronto unable to keep it. Did they keep it in? No, unable to keep it in. Is Bennett and Greer going the other way now for Florida? This Bennett tries to send it deep, but is semi-successful. Because Boquist sealing it there and now sending it deep. Hogan and shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to hand this off left side for Corbin, and once again has some room, and that's going to be a gain of about 5. I mean, it's who knows with refs and how they're going to end up calling games and stuff. But the Chiefs are definitely an interesting team this year. I still think they'll be fine and be really competitive. I just don't know if they actually. I'm not sure if they go to the Super Bowl again. And yeah, it depends on Stafford how the Rams will look, because I mean they have the pieces to be a solid team. Just can they put it together? Hogan and shotgun back behind him is 2nd and 6 from the plus 42. Hogan going to hand this off left side, has some room and pushing the power forward. That's a gain of roughly 4 for Aiden Robbins. Whatever. I think Robbins because like Robbins, yeah. 3rd and 2, 10 minutes of play in the third quarter. All it takes is one, Florida. 3rd and 2, play clock winding down, 6 seconds left. Hogan and shotgun back behind him. Going to play action, look to throw, rolling right, pass right side, caught by Stellanos, and going to stumble his way for a first down, a gain of 3. Good play by Steven Stellanos there. To get something going with it. Made something out of nothing there. He was read pretty nicely by Memphis. Chiefs. What do you mean by that, Daniel? I mean, like, if you're talking an over-under for the Chiefs wins, I'm not sure what it's currently sitting at, but I would probably take the over still. Handoff up the middle for the Brahmas, going to gain about 5. And it's Jason Corbin once again. Bad offensive line. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think they've done work to improve it. But, yeah, I mean, the offensive line is going to be a big tell for the Chiefs this year. Just like it was in the Super Bowl last year. I think they're more so just hoping on the fact that guys will get better in the offseason. So a 2nd and 5, Hogan alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Going to look to throw here, pressure coming, avoids one would-be sack. Now just gonna slide down for a loss of 3. Seemed like they're trying to get some tight end screens going there, but nothing. Memphis read that like a book. It is 3rd and 8. Austin, with that Matthews, he finally gets a goal in the 2nd round, leaves her up 1-0. Terrible job getting out the ozone there. All right, it's still time. 13:40 left in the 3rd period, but Florida's down by 1. Hogan to throw in 3rd and 8. Has some time. Pass over the middle is caught, and that is a gain of about 9 with a penalty marker down. Yeah, just couldn't quite. Come on, Bobby. And it's going to be a penalty on Memphis, so add 15 to the end of that play. Exactly. And it's the offensive line is one of the tougher positions to like keep consistent for an offense, but it's a very important one in the same nature. Yeah, I mean, you give Austin Matthews a free look like that, you're not gonna find a lot of success. There's a chance for the rebound there, but just can't get a free look here. 1st and goal, handoff right side for Corbin, going to get down to the 5, a gain of 3. Yeah, 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter between the Knicks and Celtics. It's a massive lead for the Knicks there. And to get the clear. Oh. 2nd and goal. Hogan in shotgun back to his right. Looking to throw here. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Gonna roll to his left to buy some time. Throw in end zone. Tipped at the line and a diving interception. It's a big man interception. Diving at the line. Josiah Bronson picks it off, but there's a penalty marker down. What is the penalty? It will decide if this play stands. But that's a great dive-in play by the big man D tackle. As penalties on San Antonio, both will be declined. It's Memphis ball inside the 5. Wow. Let's head into a commercial break as well. Gotta see how much time. All 3 games are at commercial break, as the Knicks Celtics is at the end of the third quarter. I've got to check how much time was left between the Leafs and Panthers. I believe it was like 10 minutes left in that game. Panthers only down by 1, which is the good thing, but it's still just been a rough game for the Panthers. They're not able to get shots through and on net often. All it takes is 1, though. All it takes is 1 to get through, and we have ourselves a tie game once again. We shall see. All right, coming back from commercial break in both the Panthers game and in this game here. Yeah, a great diving interception there by Memphis. Goes 5-hole on Bobrovsky. That's a tough one. That's one he needs to get. That's one he needs to save. One he usually saves. At this point now, Florida just needs to get pucks on net trying to tie this game back up. Can't bother waiting for a good shot. So 6.5 to play between the Showboats and the Brahmas. At least in the third quarter of this one. Williams in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and there's some room for a gain of roughly 5 for Jalen Jackson. Oh, Barkov. Are we going on the power play, though? Come on, you have to capitalize on this, Florida. 11 to play in the third. Florida's going on the power play. Yeah, calling Toronto for hooking. Williams in shotgun, back to his left, going to keep it himself left side on a read option. Has some block in, some room, and going to get... They're going to say gets 5 exactly for a first down carry from Memphis. Sunday at 7:30 would be game 7. I don't like to see who's going to 7 before playing Carolina. Would have loved to end this here. Williams was short there. They're gonna bring this back a little bit by about half a yard. Come on, gotta have to capitalize on this power play. They're gonna get that clear though. As we have a stoppage before the snap here with 5.5 to play. Memphis was not going to get the snap off. I believe they'll call a timeout here. And come on, you need to get shots off on this power play. I mean, come on, we need to be able to set up on this power play and get some types of shots off. And they clear again. We can't get set up. Ridiculous, man. Yep, 3rd-and-1 now for Memphis. I won that puck battle, but come on, we need to get shots on net on this power play here. And we give up. Williams in shotgun, back to his right for 3rd-and-1 from about the 12.5-yard line. Handoff up the middle is a first down and more for Deneric Prince up to the 18, maybe the 19. The first down carry to keep the drive alive. 40 seconds left in this Florida power play. We need to get shot. Come on, we need to get some. Can't get shots. Cannot get shots on this power play. It's ridiculous. We're really going to be having a game 7 against Toronto. And there's another clear. Yeah, power play's killed off. 9:20 to play in the third period. Florida needs 1 goal to tie this up. Williams in shotgun back to his right. Going to hand this off left side for Deneric Prince. Going to break 1 tackle and fight his way for a gain of 9. A 2nd and 1 coming up here. And we're getting the puck deep in the zone, but we're not winning our forechecks like we used to, like we normally do. Toronto got a big play from their top line. We're going to need one from ours, I think. All right, 2nd and 1 here for Memphis. Williams in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right as well. Going to hand this off up the middle for Deneric Prince. That's a first down carry and a gain of 7 up to the 35. We can't get sustained own zone time like we were able to in the 2nd period. But all it takes is 1. All it takes is 1 shot. Just gotta start pelting the net. 3:20 to play in the third quarter here between Memphis and San Antonio. Williams in shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on the 35. Going to hand this off right side, and that's going to go nowhere. A loss of about 3 for Deneric Prince. A good save by Wall, and Boquist loses his foot and goes the other way for Toronto. They're going to call that offsides. 2nd and 13 now for Memphis. They have been having a lot of success on the ground today, and can't say I've seen them through the air. Williams in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw. Pass right side is caught for a gain of breaking tackles for the first down and more, and going to be brought down. Fumbling now, picked up by San Antonio. What a sequence. The Brahmas defense makes another play. That was Isaiah Henney. A good grab and good job keeping those feet moving to pick up the first down. But did it just too long, and the Brahmas have the ball right back. 2:18 to play in the third quarter. The Brahmas are still alive. Can't quite say the same about the Panthers, though. We're at a commercial break. I mean, I'm kind of like nervous now about the series against Toronto, but I just know that Game 7 is going to be a blowout win for the Panthers. We shall see. We shall see. All right, coming back from commercial break here between the Panthers and Leafs. Come on, just need 1 goal. Goddamn Austin Matthews. Finally, he shows up. All right, there is 7.5 left in the third period of Game 6 between the Panthers and Leafs. And turnover in the neutral zone goes the other way. Good save by Bobby. Need 1 shot to get through. And this can be a different game. There's a solid commercial break here between the Brahmas and the Showboats. 7:14. I'm not. About 2-ish minutes to play in the third quarter, I believe. Yeah, 2:18 to play. Just can't quite get a sustained pressure in this period. And just coming back from a commercial break between the Showboats and the Brahmas. Oh. Gonna hand this off right side to Jay-Sean Corbin. That's gonna be a gain of roughly 5, maybe 6 there up to the 37-yard line. Some good job pushing the pile there for the Brahmas as they're looking to tie this game up with a touchdown and potentially take the lead with the conversion attempt. 6.5 now to play in game 6. I would expect the Panthers to go empty net soon. And then the next 2 minutes or so. Hogan in shotgun back to his right, gonna hand this off up the middle once again, and that's Jay-Sean Corbin for a gain of roughly 4. Will depend on the spot. It's either 3rd and inches or a first down. Jordan Mosley has recovered both fumbles tonight for the Brahmas. So Hogan in shotgun back to his right. Be receiving options to the left, going to look to throw. Rolling to his right to buy some time. Still looking and just going to throw it. Throw it right side along the sideline. We'll see if he kept his feet in. I think he might have. There's now a penalty marker down, as that was an RPO and thus going to be an illegal man downfield probably. Yeah, we don't want a game 7 here, but 6 minutes to play. Florida can't get a lot of sustained pressure against Toronto right now. It's tough. Toronto scores 2-0. We're gonna have a game 7. Okay. It was bound to happen. You can't play 4 straight games of perfect hockey. Yeah, penalties, illegal man downfield in San Antonio, and also a pass interference on San Antonio. Gonna be pushing them back and replayed it down, I believe. Yeah, that's a good play by Toronto. All right. Game 7, Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. First and 20. Hogan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna spin his way for some room down that left side. That's Jaden Sheardon, who was picked up recently by San Antonio for a gain of roughly 2. Yeah, the Knicks are destroying Boston right now, so that's at least a good thing. I mean, yeah, Florida can definitely come back down 2-0 here, but I'm not fully expecting it. They just haven't played well enough today where I'm like, yeah, they can get 2 good looks on net. It's a tough one. Second and 18, Hogan gonna quick throw this right side, caught by Sheardon, and going to lose about a yard there. Not much going on that screenplay. That'll be the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes left. A 6-point game between the Brahmas and the Showboats. Battle for the first overall pick on the line here. And we shall see. 1 second. I will say this though. Carolina's gonna be looking fresh when the conference finals rolls around in the NHL. They're gonna be looking fresh. I think they're gonna be a tough team for either Toronto or Florida to beat. Yeah, Knicks are up by 34 with 7 minutes to play. Jeez. Most likely the Eastern Conference Finals will begin on either Monday or Tuesday, depending on what happens between the Stars and Jets tomorrow. So yeah, they won their series yesterday, so uh they're gonna have like 5 days rest, 4 or 5 days rest. And again, they already played Washington really well. So it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. I mean, but Carolina has their own curse going on. They haven't won a game in the Eastern Conference Finals since 06. They're like 0-8 right now in specific games and shit. So like they're gonna be interesting to see if they can break their curse. Same with Toronto's trying to break theirs right now. 4.5 left. You're gonna need a shot on goal before you pull Bob. You're gonna need a goal before you pull Bobby. But you're not able to get set up. They're struggling to get sustained pressure in the ozone right now. It's insane. And we're just coming back from commercial break for the start of the fourth quarter. I mean, it's weird because right now out west, I mean, if the Stars can do it and the Stars can go to the finals, I would be fine with the Stars winning over Carolina. But if it ends up being an Edmonton Winnipeg Western Conference Finals, go Carolina if Florida ain't in. I just don't want Canada to get the cup. All right, fourth quarter underway. Hogan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Ball on the plus 40.5 yard line, but it's 3rd and 18. Hogan gonna hand this off up the middle for Jay-Sean Corbin. Gonna break one tackle and have some room down the right side. Tries to break a second, but tripped up near the 27-yard line. A gain of 13, it'll be 15-ish. Will be a 4th and short here for San Antonio. And a decision to make as the Panthers go empty net. 3 minutes to play in game 6. Panthers down by 2. You need 2 goals quick. Winnipeg did it in the first round. Can't get that in. Verhaeghe's shot gets blocked. The 45-yard field goal try for San Antonio from the right hash to make it a 3-point game. You begin the fourth. It is up. And it is good. San Antonio only down by 3. 14 minutes to play in the game. 2.5 to play between the Panthers and Leafs in game 6. Leafs trying to force game 7 back on home ice in Toronto. Meanwhile, there's 4.5 minutes to play between the Knicks and Celtics. The Knicks are looking like they're going to be playing the Pacers in the next round as they're up by by 20 plus, 30 plus. I just can't get rebounds either. We have some looks, but we just can't get pucks on the net when we have those said looks. It's weird. 2 minutes to play in the game 6. You're going to need to score one soon. As we await San Antonio to send this one down. And stopped by Wall. Hey, props to Joseph Wall. He is playing one hell of a game tonight. Very similar to game 4. I have to give props to Wall. It's a good stick work by Toronto, man. Verhaeghe had a look there, but just... Oh, he barely misses it. Return going to be up to about the 24-yard line from Memphis. Out comes Troy Williams. 14 minutes to play in this one. A minute 48 to play in game 6 between Florida and Toronto. By the way, if most likely this is going game 7, I won't be live for game 7. I'm only technically calling this game now because the UFL is also on. As Williams is in shotgun, back to his right, going to hand this off left side, and there's some room. Going to be a first down carry, a gain of 10 for Deneric Prince. I would say Memphis' O-line is playing really well tonight in terms of run blocking. The passing game has not been great for Memphis, but their ground game has been top-notch. As they have damn near doubled their rushing yards on the season tonight alone. Williams going to keep it himself left side on a read option, going to gain about 3. Bro, they say that was offsides. All right, minute 30 to play between the Leafs and Panthers in game 6. This is a tough way to lose. Williams going to hand this off left side, and that goes nowhere. A loss of about 2, maybe 3. Going to be a 3rd and long coming up for Memphis. I mean, we're getting good looks now, but can't get clean looks through. Annoying. Oh, yeah, they had a really good game 5, so they're going to show out for game 7. I mean, it's going to be a very tough battle to end the series. I mean, everyone knew that this series was going to be a very tight series, either 6 or 7. So I'm not completely shocked by this. Now, if on Sunday night, if the same thing happens, I'm going to be pissed. Williams to throw in 3rd and 8. Going to try and step up and take it himself. He dives forward for about 3. Going to be a 4th down coming up from Memphis. And shot blocked once again by Toronto. 30 seconds left in game 6. And puck gets cleared. We're going to have a game 7 Sunday night. That's annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, Maple Leafs force game 7. As Memphis is about to send this one down. San Antonio, punt gets blocked. Punt is blocked. And going to be picked up at the 40. San Antonio ball. Great starting field position. All 3 facets of the game San Antonio has been playing decently well in. And now the special teams unit just made a massive play with 11 minutes to play in this one. Punt gets blocked. And we head to a commercial break. Punt blocked. Wow. I saw that commercial break. We have 45 seconds left between the Knicks and Celtics. This is a 37-point lead for the Knicks. Pacers Knicks, Eastern Conference Finals. Is that Taj Gibson? No, I need Taj Gibson to make a basket. Please, give it to Taj Gibson. Damn it. But that will do it. Knicks win by 37 to clinch their trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. A hell of a showing there by New York. And we got 11 minutes left here between the Showboats and Brahmas. Now I can finally put this on my main TV. A blocked punt by San Antonio sets them up really well right now. I'm going to hand this off up the middle on 1st and 10. That's Jay-Sean Corbin for about 4. So 2nd and 5. Hogan in shotgun back to his left. Give to Corbin once again is a gain of about 3. Hogan going to hand this off to Corbin once again on 3rd and 2 and going to get about the 2 yards needed for a 1st down. The handoff once again, right side for San Antonio, and that is a loss of about 1. This time it was, I believe, that was Aiden Robbins on the carry. So under 9 minutes now to play in this one. 2nd and about 11. And what has been A very ground and pound type game for both teams. Hogan alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, gonna keep it himself on a QB draw that loses a yard. What's that play call? Yes, you're in field goal range, but what's that play call? 8:20 to play in the game. We shall see. 8:20 to play. It's a 3rd and 12 for the Brahmas. No, since both games have now ended. There we go. Since both games have ended, there we go. 8 minutes to play. 3rd and 12. Hogan in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on the 31-yard line, looking to throw. Pass right side is caught, and that's going to be a gain of roughly 7 for John Trey Kirkland. Going to make this a more manageable field goal to tie this game up. But still not quite what you were looking for on this drive after the blocked punt. It's a 4th and 4. Out comes the field goal unit to tie this game at 20. It is Tristan Vizcaino. Right? So 7-15, 7-14, 13, 12, 11, 10. 39-yard kick from the right hash to tie this game at 20. Tristan Vizcaino. It is up, and he shanked it. Well wide to the left. It remains a 3-point Memphis lead with just under 7 minutes to play. Unfortunate. All right, heading to a commercial break. Know that we have only this game to worry about. I will quickly be right back. All right, we're still at commercial break. About 7 minutes to play in this one. It remains a 3-point Memphis lead after the missed field goal on the 39-yard try. We shall see. All right, just coming back from commercial break. A big drive here for Memphis. 6:56 to play exactly. 3-point Memphis lead. We got ourselves a good one here. Williams in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball on their own 29-yard line. Williams looking to throw. Has some time. Pass over the middle and is dropped. Incomplete. Looking for Kwame Lassiter. It was through his hands. And it's 2nd and 10. Through his hands. That's tough. All right, so Williams in shotgun, back to his right, gonna hand it off up the middle for Deneric Prince, and that only gains about a yard. Clock continues to run. 6:15 left in the game. It's a 3-point Memphis lead. So 3rd and 9. Williams in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Play clock winding down. And they're going to get the snap off in time as Williams looks to throw. Pressure coming, rolling to his right and sacked. Back at the 19-yard line. That was Jacob Sykes on the sack, and the San Antonio defense makes another big-time play to keep them in this game. 5:20 to play. San Antonio will get the ball back, only down by 3. I didn't even realize that Jaylen Brown fouled out in the 3rd quarter. Punt comes off clean, going to be returned by Marquez Stevenson down the left side, past the 30 to about the 31. Just under 5 minutes to play. San Antonio down by 3. And Kevin Hogan takes the field once again. What you got is a big time drive. San Antonio still has their challenge, which could be massive. This has been one hell of a game. First and 10. Under 5 minutes to play. San Antonio breaking the huddle with 20 seconds left on the play clock. Hogan in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Hogan gonna hand this off to Corbin up the middle. Only gains about a yard. Maybe gets a yard. Depends on the spot. So 2nd and 9. Hogan alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball in the 32. Hogan looking to throw. Has time. Pass right side is incomplete. Looking for Kirkland. No penalties. Kirkland wants one, saying that the Memphis defender got there early. It is not challengeable worthy, I don't think. It's close. In real time, it's tough. No, I wouldn't challenge this. It's very bang bang. You're not gonna win that challenge. Yeah, you're not gonna win that challenge. It's 3rd and 9. I wouldn't have thrown the challenge. 3:45 to play. San Antonio does have all 3 timeouts, so this is not a final drive situation for them. But it's definitely a gotta have it type of play. Hogan in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left, looking to throw. Has time, passing deep, right side, and incomplete. There's the penalties. Look at Vajontre Kirkland. He was at the very least held there by Mark Gilbert. And the drive will stay alive. 3.5 to play. San Antonio has some new life. I'm not typically not a massive fan on that stuff. Ball now on their own 47. Hogan in shotgun back to his right, looking to throw. Quick pass right side, caught by Corbin, room to run. First down and a gain of 12. Pass midfield, and the Brahmas are about another first down away from field goal range. Under 3 minutes to play. You got 1, maybe 2 more plays before the 2-minute warning. Hogan and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Gonna hand this off to Corbin, right side. Makes 1-man miss. Gonna get a gain of about 8. Past the 35 to the 34. And they don't need to run 1 more play before the 2-minute warning. They are again about a first down away from field goal range. We might have Friday night overtime. If there is any games on tonight that I would have wanted to go to overtime, this was not one of them. Hogan alone in shotgun, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Can't get the snap off. 2 minutes to play between San Antonio and Memphis. Memphis is roughly in field goal range, down by 3. Honestly, since we had another commercial break here, I'm going to get this Panthers jersey off. All the jerseys that were behind me in my other setup at the beginning of the season, then I was just all piled up off to the side here. Makes it a little bit less convenient to just grab one, but I don't care. And for the first pick as well. Yeah, that's true. I mean, also a touchdown would just win the game. You definitely have to play for touchdown here and not field goal, because again, they have all 3 timeouts. You want to make them go the length of the field. I mean, yeah, I got the jerseys, but I don't know. I'm back and forth between which setup I like. I mean, obviously, I like the computer setup better here. Like background setup, for as nice as it is having all the Dolphin shit, it was kind of interesting having all the jerseys. But like, I don't want to just turn this background into that one over there. Like, I have more shit I want to have on display here. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you definitely play for the touchdown here, if you're San Antonio. It's also that I don't typically swap jerseys midstream, so it doesn't really matter if they're there or on the wall behind me. Yeah, exactly. Now, if the Panthers would have won, that jersey would have been staying on the entire stream. But honestly, I might not even wear it for Game 7 because during this series, I've not really been wearing that jersey. And they were up 3-2 because of it, so we'll see. It's just coming back from commercial break, 2 minutes left, and there's the replay of that missed kick from earlier once again. Ideally, you don't have to send them out here. You don't have to send them out here, and you can find the end zone. We'll see. At the very least, you want this to be inside 35 yards for the kick. You make it as easy as possible. You get it inside 30, you get inside 35 yards. It's basically PAT at that point. Hogan and shotgun back to his right. 2 receiver options to each side. Looking to throw. Has some time. Throwing deep. Left side going for it. All overthrown. Incomplete. Looking for D. Anderson. What is that? What are you doing there? Oh yeah, I mean, don't get it again. I love the jerseys in the background as well, but that just feels more like a college backdrop compared to what I kind of want. I mean, at some point, there's definitely still space back here. I could definitely put like a jersey back here, like and replace that season ticket Dolphins poster. I can put something else there, but we'll see. 3rd and 2, handoff. Corbin left side. The second effort will depend on the spot. I think he might be being marked just shy. Gonna be close. That second effort. Did he get it? When are we gonna say he's down? No, I think he got it. Jay-Sean Corbin. Good running. Thanks. Yeah, it was 2022 season ticket holder poster, I believe. If I remember correctly. That was an interesting season. There's a 1st and 10. Hogan tossing this left side for Corbin. Has room. 1st and more. Inside the 20. Down to the 15. The Brahmas are in striking distance. I mean, I only have one jersey I would want to frame. But I have no plans on doing that just yet. And that's it. I have a signed Merino jersey I'd want to frame. But I mean, yeah, I think setup currently is good. I definitely do have this space here. I might want to try and find like another plaque or something to put, but it's fine. Hogan to throw in 1st and 10. Not going to keep it himself up the middle. A QB draw on 1st and 10 from the 15. Only gains about 1 yard. Yeah, at some point that'll get framed. I'm not sure when though, because if it gets framed soon, I won't be able to have it in. Won't be able to have it in the other setup, and I like having that jersey hanging up there. All right, 56 seconds left. We're gonna have a clock stoppage here. Someone's calling timeout. Not sure who, but with under a minute to play. Speaking of setups and shit, it's San Antonio that calls it for. What the fuck? Come on. Did you get pushed back or something? What's going on here? Not there. There we go. Minute to play. We're standing. A minute to play. We're gonna stand. There we go. Hogan and shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Looking to throw on 2nd and 9. Has time. Pass. End zone. And incomplete. Jontre Kirkland couldn't hang on through the contact. It's 3rd and 9. Yeah, that's a nice thing to give him as well. That's placed beautifully by Kevin Hogan. Oh, that's unfortunate. That might be Hogan's best pass of the day. You have to hang on to that through the contact, Kirkland. Have to hang on through the contact there. 3rd and 9. And we have a clock stoppage once again. 52 seconds to play. It's a 3-point game. And San Antonio calls their second timeout as they weren't going to get the snap off in time. It's 3rd and 9. They don't need to get it all here. They have the time to just get inside the 5 and go from there. You can't force this pass. You just can't. You placed it beautifully on that second down play, but you're probably not going to be able to place it beautifully like that again. You can't force this pass. There's plenty of really good LSU receivers to negate that, Ballflash. There's plenty. Only 1 reception on 5 targets today for Kirkland. That's unfortunate. 3rd and 9 from the 14. Hogan alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Need to get to at least the 5-yard line. Hogan to throw. Pressure coming. Gonna roll to his left to buy some time. Looking, throwing, left side wide open. Touchdown, San Antonio. Jay-Sean Corbin wide open in front of the end zone, but there's a penalty. This is going to be called back for holding, most likely. Unfortunate. Okay, back. Yeah, that's fair. But what would have been a 14-yard touchdown to take the lead is going to be called back due to offensive holding. Oh, man. Yeah, gets that shoulder. He gets that right shoulder, and when Hogan steps up to throw that pass, the hold becomes obvious. 3rd and 19. At this point, you have to just get back into the 15 so that way you're able to kick the easy field goal. Hogan in shotgun, looking to throw on 3rd and 19. You can't lose any more yards. Pass right side caught by Corbin. Going to get to about the 15-yard line before being brought down. 35 seconds to play. And clock continues to run. We're going to have a field goal try to force overtime. Actually, Memphis called timeouts here. Yeah, Memphis calls their first timeout. It's the Brahmas year. Yeah, totally. It's the Brahmas year to get the first overall pick and draft a dude who's going to be a practice squad player for the Bengals in 5 months. 4th and 10, you kick it. If there's no shot, you send the offense out here. Maybe if it was 4th and 5 and in. But no, you just kick the field goal. You're on the 15-yard line. This should be a chip shot to tie the game. No, there's no way you send out the field goal unit or send out the offense. It's a 33-yard kick from the right hash. This is an NFL extra point. To tie the game up at 20. It is up and it is right down the middle. Tie game, 26 seconds. Memphis does have 2 timeouts. What, Barflesh? No, I totally didn't say that a practice squad player for the Bengals would be drafted first overall. No. Who the hell is even gonna be eligible for the UFL draft? I'm realizing, like, who the... It's gonna be some of this past NFL draft class, right? So I guess it's more likely that Quinn Ewers is drafted. Or like, is Jake Browning still on the Bengals practice squad? "26 seconds left, tied up at 20. Who? Charlie Jones. Kickoff underway. Going to be return beginning from inside the 5 at the 3. Working his way right side. There's an Eric Prince down to the 21. That sounds like an auto-generated player from College Football 25. One second. And Memphis is gonna knee it to overtime. All right. Memphis is kneeing it to overtime. In the span of what 3-4 weeks, we have had 2 overtime games in the UFL. We have ourselves a little football shootout here. An offensive line. I mean, most offensive lines in the UFL are really solid UFL offensive lines. The main issue with both Memphis and San Antonio has been the quarterback position this year. How did he? We're at commercial break as we wait for overtime to start. I'm not sure who will be getting the ball to begin overtime, but both teams will have one timeout. But we shall see. So Memphis's one win on the season came in overtime when during Dresser Wynn's first ever start. The question becomes, even though Troy Williams has been playing a pretty solid game, do you throw Dresser Wynn out there for the overtime magic? Probably not, but it'll be funny. Again, for those who don't know how UFL overtime works, because I would not blame you, this is only the second overtime game in spring football history the past few years. If you've ever seen NHL shootouts or soccer penalty kicks, it is basically just that. Both teams are going to trade 2-point tries from the 5-yard line in a best of 3 format, and if it is tied after that, it becomes a sudden death style. So this is going to be very interesting. Again, only the second overtime in UFL history. And it is to decide the first overall pick. You can't write a better script than this. So Memphis will be getting ball to begin the overtime period. I would not be opposed to seeing Brandon Allen in the UFL next year. I think he'll be a really solid UFL quarterback. All right, Memphis's first overtime try, the first attempt from the 2-point try. Williams in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Williams looking to throw. San Antonio sends pressure, gets picked up, wide open, over the middle, it's caught. Dawood Davis gives Memphis a successful shootout try. They're now up by 2. And Dawood Davis, he's making his return tonight, I believe. It's either tonight or it was last week, but either way, he's making a massive impact despite missing most of the season. Just can't stand. That's fair. That's fair. We had Dawood Davis wide open back of the end zone. Now it's San Antonio's try. So for Memphis to win now, they either need to completely shut out San Antonio on their 3 tries, or they could obviously keep succeeding in theirs, or a combination of a bunch of other success and failures and whatnot. It's just a shootout, basically. It's interesting. It's fun. Definitely weird to see in football form. I still probably prefer college overtime rules, but this is something, and at least it's not the NFL style. Hogan and shotgun back to his left. The 2-point try from the 5 with 2 receiving options to each side, and we have a clock stoppage before this overtime attempt by San Antonio. Oh, San Antonio is going to challenge? They're challenging something on Memphis's try. Okay. They have their one challenge remaining. I mean, it gives you a chance here. If you're successful in this, you keep your timeout, you get a challenge back, and you put those 2 points off the board. The Allen Bros, yeah. I don't know, what's a different like third string? I mean, I still think Trey Lance should have gone to the UFL. I understand him not wanting to, but come on, you need to at some point. I was saying illegal shift. He said. Okay, they were challenging for false start on Kyle Loxley, but he was just simply setting his feet after motion. So San Antonio will lose this challenge and remain down by 2 so far in this overtime. So no timeouts remain for San Antonio, nor do they have their challenge. They're still down by 2. A bit of a nothing challenge there, but that's fine. San Antonio successfully sent the game to overtime. Memphis was successful on their first overtime try. This is the first try for San Antonio right now. Hogan looking to throw, pass, end zone, incomplete. Pressure got there quick enough there to force a weird pass, but there is a penalty marker down as Hogan had to be helped up. San Antonio Michigan saved. They're calling roughing the passer on Memphis. They're going to redo the try from the 1 yard line, or at least the 2. Yeah, the final few minutes of this game have been very interesting, to say the least. He hits that right arm. Yeah, he hits that right hand. Oh, yeah, his hand slammed down on the top of his helmet. I'm sending out a different quarterback if I'm San Antonio. He's gonna struggle to throw now. Right, but redoing the try, this time from the 1 yard line. Hogan going to hand this off up the middle for, I believe, Jayshon Corbin. He's going to be stuffed. Nothing going there. So the first attempt for San Antonio is unsuccessful. Memphis has a chance here to take a 4-point lead. So if Memphis converts this next 2-point try and then stops San Antonio's next try, they win. If they fail, then San Antonio has potentially still 2 attempts. Essentially, all Memphis needs to do is convert one of these next 2 attempts, plus stop one of San Antonio's next 2 attempts. The second attempt, Williams in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. I've sent one in motion. Williams to throw, pass, end zone, caught. It's a successful try once again. Kyle Loxley puts Memphis up by 4, and the game is on the line. If San Antonio cannot convert this next 2-point try, Memphis wins. And Memphis will have both of their wins this season through overtime wins. That's a beautiful throw by Troy Williams. Yeah, that's a beautiful throw. All right. Game on the line. So Memphis can win in one of 3 ways now. Either stop San Antonio in this try, convert on their next try if San Antonio gets it here, or stop San Antonio on one of the next 2, obviously. So Hogan to throw for the game. Pass wide open back of the end zone. Dontre Kirkland keeps San Antonio alive another try. It is a 2-point game with 1 more try apiece. If Memphis converts this overtime try, they win. San Antonio's defense will need to make a stand to stay alive. That's a beautiful play call there. A great throw by Kevin Hogan. It comes down to this. It comes down to this. San Antonio's defense needs to make a stand, and then they will need to convert their next try to force sudden death. Attempt 3 of 3 for Memphis. Williams in shotgun. Back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. All comes down to this. Williams to throw. Has time. End zone. Picked off! It's intercepted and going the other way. Devontae Beckett has room. Going to break some tackles and finally be brought down near the 30. But the defense makes the much needed stand. And now it's up to the offense to force sudden death. It all comes down to this. Troy Williams. Yeah, he stared down that right side. And Devontae Beckett just filled in the space. It comes down to this. If San Antonio can convert this attempt, they send the game to sudden death overtime. If they fail, Memphis has their second win on the season. Hogan and shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the 5-yard line for the 2-point try. Hogan, the throw. Has time. Gonna roll to his right. Try to buy some more. Now rolling left. Still looking. Throwing. End zone and incomplete. It is incomplete. The Memphis, there's a penalty. Oh, what's the penalty? What's the penalty? It's holding on San Antonio. It will be declined. The Memphis Showboats are 2 for 2 in overtime games this season. That will do it. Troy Williams, in his first start in quite a few weeks, has led Memphis to yet another victory on the season. This time against the 1-6 Antonio Brahmas, and they might have just lost out on the first overall pick because of it. But what a game this was! But we had no overtime games leading up to this one, and then no overtime games. We had no overtime games leading up to this season. And Memphis has now played in both of them and has won both of them. Good pressure up front. Can't really find room to step into the pocket. Forced to roll out left. And just try to throw one into tight coverage. The Memphis Showboats are 2-6 on the season. What a game. What a night. We reacted to 3 games tonight. That's something. I'll be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST for either of the 2 games. I'm not sure which one I am getting in my region. But no matter which game I get, it's going to be a damn good game nonetheless. Either Michigan and Houston or Birmingham, St. Louis. Both games will be fantastic. So I'll be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'll also be live Sunday at noon for the Renegades and Defenders. Friday night lights. Quite a lot of action. Quite a lot of really fun action. The Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Panthers now have a Game 7 against Toronto on Sunday. And the Showboats have won their second game on the season. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'll see you all tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST for whatever of the games I get on the regional broadcast side of things. Thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.